Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jim Grant. I am the host of Your Future Is Now on the TogaNet radio station. We're going to make our official announcements on Friday, live on the radio, but we've had so much excitement about the 6-minute webinar. Don McGrath, Bill Heinrich, and myself, we've got to make an announcement today because Danny, Don, and Bill, we've had a lot of excitement about the 6-minute webinar, have we not, sir?
We absolutely have. I I created a Facebook page yesterday, so we start doing some testing, and our cart wasn't even live, and we had a bunch of people try to order, and I was like, oh, so yeah, I think there's a lot of interest, and I think Bill, you've talked to people, and people that you've talked to are like, oh my goodness, when is this coming out?
Yeah, it's a very catchy title, the 6-minute webinar, because it only lasts 6 minutes. So it really catches people's attention and it allows you to give a specific message very succinctly and powerfully. Really an amazing tool. The tests that we've done with it already are, I don't know, there's just some excitement around it. Have you noticed that, Don?
I absolutely have. Like I said, I really didn't expect, I invited some people to like the page to start getting a little bit of the Facebook juice going. And I last night before I went to bed, I saw somebody try to order it and I was like, oh my goodness, our cart was in test mode. So it's because we're launching on Monday. And so I reached out to the people and they're excited. They're like, this looks really, really great. So there is definitely an energy around it. And you know, the genesis of this was really from an event that we did last October where we had a small group show up for some speaker training that we did. And it was small enough that we actually had everybody get up on the stage and give their talk, but we had to make the talk 6 minutes. And the result was so powerful. And we got so much feedback on that. Basically, Bill and I got on the phone one day, you know, a month and a half ago or so. We were talking about, gosh, you know, maybe we should try to revive that, maybe for our next meeting. And boom, like the concept, out of that conversation came the concept of the 6-minute webinar.
You know, the fascinating thing about it in what we've developed, because this really speaks to the epitome of what Speakers Pathway Coalition is, and this is how we all came together. Don and Jim are the co-founders of Speakers Pathway Coalition to help speakers get their message out effectively. And as we've narrowed this down, this is really the core of course, it doesn't include all the coaching and all the other things we do in Speakers Pathway, but it takes your message to such a pinpointed level that it's so powerful and so clear. It's much easier to run your business. It's much easier if you're at a networking event, you're doing a webinar, you're speaking. Anytime you could use it on your website to highlight a particular product or area of service you offer. Hundreds of different ways to use the 6-minute webinar.
What's so exciting about it too is that we had one person that spoke on stage there, and Dawn, she saw the opportunity immediately in these 6-minute talks. And what'd she say that, how'd she describe it as being her own personal what?
Her own personal ATM cash machine. She took that 6-minute talk that she crafted in that workshop last October, and she goes to a lot of networking events, and she says she uses it over and over, and every single time she engages new clients. And so she looks at that as her own personal, in fact, she's been after me like, Don, when are we going to do the 6-minute talk training again? Well, Stephanie, we took it to a new level. We've created the 6-minute webinar, which is going to make it for people who might not be able to speak direct to camera or get up on a stage. Now you have a tool that you can take that same clarity of message, same powerful message, the same sequence of moving people to action, and use it in your business.
And the nice thing about clarity, I mean, that's where Bill Heinrich fits in, because he gets everybody focused on what is your message. And Bill, I'd like for you to share a little bit about clarity on it for us.
Well, it's fascinating. Life is only about a search for clarity. So it's so difficult. People get so wrapped up in their own message. They want to describe it in a language that they know, but their client or customer doesn't know. So what the 6-minute webinar does is it really lets you hone in on that primary thing you do the very best and promote around that. In fact, when Don and I talked about it, Don wrote out a kind of a sample script for it. I looked at the script. I was like, well, this is easy. Literally from when I picked up a pencil and a piece of paper to I had my webinar recorded was 3 hours from scratch, not knowing what I was going to talk about. And then the next weekend, that was on Sunday or Monday, the next weekend, I put on a seminar in Albuquerque. And one of the women at the end of the seminar said, you know, I came because my friend suggested it, but when I went to your landing page, I wasn't interested, but I watched that 6-minute webinar and that instantly told me I should be here. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Because it was 4 steps how their life would improve if they came to the seminar was all my 6-minute webinar was about.
And Don, that 6-minute webinar, that thing is so fine-tuned, it takes little to no selling. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's just your move. I mean, really use the things that we've learned about from all the training that we've done in speaking about how to move someone to action. And there's a specific sequence you go through. But what we've done is put together a recipe that is like, it's like water. It's incompressible more than 6 minutes. I mean, it's really interesting that the more I get into this and the more scripts that I look at, they kind of, to get the job done is like 6 minutes. And it was so interesting that so I set up this Facebook page, and on there I put a button to watch video. Okay. And it sends them to our website, 6minutewebinar.com. And what all that's on there is like the 6-minute webinar about the 6-minute webinar. And so we got 33 likes on that page, and 4 people tried to order, even though there was a big orange banner that said in test mode. So I think these 6-minute webinars convert.
The thing that I see there, it's really, really valuable. And Don, you and Bill have talked about this, is that a person doesn't have to be a polished speaker, because being able to record a script is so much more easier. And you don't have to worry about being saying everything perfectly or remembering every single word, because that's going to help so many people that just have a fear of the camera, won't it?
That's actually a good point, because with the 6-minute webinar, you are not on the screen. The only thing that's going to be on the screen is condensed information on your PowerPoint, which in itself, your total PowerPoint cannot be more than 20 slides. So this is all about focus. It's all about niche. And then you read the script. So you're reading the script and recording it. We give you the layout for the script, how many words, where to start, just a step-by-step blueprint so you can record yours pretty quickly. Once you do one, then you can use them in all kinds of different areas.
You know, the thing I noticed too with the pilot group we've been working with is that they can use pictures with their slides and things of this nature. But Don, you also did a little doodle video, didn't you, brother?
Yeah, so I was inspired by one of our members who was putting together an animated video for one of his products. And I woke up one morning and I said, hey, why don't we do one of these? We got the script, we got the voiceover. Why don't we just, and so we looked to, we shopped around for someone who could do that, and one turn, and it was incredible. So we are planning on offering that as an additional service to put together. Once you've been through the program and you have your voiceover and you have your script, it's easy peasy mac and cheesy to create a really cool animated video.
One final comment I'd like to make during this video, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that when you buy and purchase the 6-minute webinar, we have a whole bunch of opportunity there to help you grow, help you go as far as, and give you as much help as you actually need. Isn't that right, guys?
It's really true. You know, there's one other thing I want to say. If you're watching this video and you're a solopreneur, you're like myself, Jim, Don, we're in business for ourselves, and there's millions of us. To be able to put out pinpointed specific messages is going to make your business grow exponentially, because it's going to give you clarity and focus that will really allow you to get the message to your clients. It's so, so, so important.
It really is, because it gets your message from your heart to their heart. And that's the way you're going to connect with people. That is the secret sauce of the 6-minute webinar. And Dandy Don, I'm going to turn the mic over to you. Do you have any final closing comments you'd like to make, sir?
One thing I would like to share is that you might be asking, okay, this is a marketing revolution. How much is this going to cost me? Is this going to be $2,500? Is this going to be $5,000? This is a marketing revolution, right? This is a way that's going to skyrocket your business with little or no effort. Okay. $99. So right now during our launch, for $99, you can get this training. It's almost insane. When I think about all the learning and all the lessons and all of the scars from all of us who collaborated on putting this together, what went into that, it's absolutely crazy. So this shouldn't be a matter of, oh, can I afford to? You can't afford not to do this. If you're a solopreneur, you can't afford not to do this.
Yeah, your message is so pinpointed that you will get immediate results guaranteed because your message is going to be so spot on.
And that's the beauty in the 6-minute webinar, ladies and gentlemen, because we're focused on helping you get a return on your investment as soon as possible. And that's what that was the basic foundation it was built from. And gentlemen, is there any other thing you'd like to share before we close the webinar day of the show?
No, we just look forward to seeing the webinars that people create. Go to our Facebook group, 6-minute webinar. And it's SIX, by the way, spell it out, and follow us.
You bet. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We just had to take a moment today, or a few minutes, I should say, to be able to explain to folks that's wondering, why can't we buy the 6-minute webinar for $99? And we're getting everything set up as fast as we can, but we wanted to share and give some information to you, what's coming, and most importantly, keep track of us. Be sure and watch us there on Facebook at 6-minute webinar. I'm Jim Grant. I'm joined today by Mr. Don McGrath, wave Don, and Mr. Bill Heinrich down there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And most importantly, if you know someone that might benefit from this, they're struggling with their business, please share this webinar with them or this video. And most importantly, tell them about the 6-minute webinar on the Facebook page. It's a public page, so anybody can join. SIX Minute Webinar. Please join us. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.